Gentlemen, let's have some fun. This isn't a receipt type of thing. This is just more of a fact or fiction. What's your opinion? Okay? I got some NFL questions for you, NFL statements. You let me know, is it fact? Is it fiction? We just heard that the Steelers made a trade with the Cowboys. Fact or fiction, the Steelers will make the playoffs this year.
Fiction. I think the Steelers, if anything, look like they're loading up to get a QB next year. They got 12 draft picks. They haven't signed anybody long-term. Aaron Rodgers be a one-year deal max, and they just traded one of their better playmakers. I think that I hate using the tank word with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It feels like they know we've got to stop this madness.
There's really not much for me to say. You're right, Mike. It is fiction. That's exactly what they're doing. They weren't going to re-sign George Pickens, so basically this is a year in advance. You're getting your compensatory pick early.
You know what it is, David? Real quick.
Okay.
This is a lot like what Trajan Langdon said today. It's why I hate every GM in this town is like, oh, sustained success. The Steelers have sustained success. They make the playoffs every year, haven't had a losing season in 20. Hey, David, how happy are you with that sustained success?
We don't have any Super Bowls, so it doesn't matter.
And that's why I put it as fact, because I would go fact, because somehow or another,
I know,
the Steelers find a way to make the last wild card spot every single year. And if I had to put money on it, I'd say
I just think the Steelers are a cautionary tale of refusal to rebuild, want to stay relevant, want to stay good, but you're never going to be great.
Okay. Michael, this one's for you, but David, I want you to answer as well. Jameis Winston will replace Russell Wilson as quarterback.
Gabagoo.
This year.
No. It has to be no. I can't. Thank you. Gobble, gobble, ghoul. I'm going to say no. Fiction.
Fiction. Okay.
I still think Russ. Talk about a battle of the weirdos. Like, if you dropped Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson to an alien species and said, these are human beings, they'd send them back. And we have them in the same quarterback room. I still think Russell Wilson's better than Jameis. Russell can protect the football better than Jameis. Jameis will cut it loose, and you'll go, that's to 4 defenders.
Yeah, I also think this is fiction. You have to remember, Russell Wilson was supposed to be the day one starter in Pittsburgh. He just started injured. He was never supposed to. Justin Fields was never supposed to play.
Okay.
So he'll play all year.
Just to drop one more time. Thank you. What an idiot.
After training camp in Indianapolis, fact or fiction, Daniel Jones beats out Anthony Richardson.
Fiction. Has to be fiction. You can't start a blank stare quarterback. Fiction.
But you did.
I know. Look where it got me. I'm going to say fiction. I still think Richardson's physical tools, they've got to work through that. Daniel Jones, we've seen what the upside is. Go ahead.
Fact. He lost the locker room. I don't think he can get past it.
Oh, no.
Fact.
Gabagool.
See, I don't come up with these just to have fun and troll. David, I'm with you. That tapping out of the game, and that too. Fact or fiction, it's a well-known fact that the NFC East can't have a repeat champion. So Washington will win the NFC East this year. Fact or fiction?
I'm fact. Because Philly did the Super Bowl thing, which means they'll fall off a cliff this year. Washington's on the ascend, and I love what they've done with their offensive line. So I'm going to say fact.
I'm going to say fiction. I think the Eagles repeat.
Gabagool.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is this my quarterback?
And he may replace Russell. All right. Fact or fiction? Justin Tucker is done in the NFL. He will never kick again.
Okay. Besides the legal, he looked done anyways. And maybe they're related.
But you know how kickers get recycled?
Yeah, no, he's also old. I'm going to say fact for a multitude of reasons, on and off field. I'll say fact.
Yeah, I'll say fact. I do think they're related, though. I think that's why he had the bad year. But if Baltimore gave up on you, no, that's it.
Fact or fiction? Shadur Sanders will not be on the Cleveland Browns active roster week 1.
Okay, here we go. Fact. They drafted Dylan Gabriel and have more invested in him from a draft capital standpoint ahead of him. I don't think you want Shadur holding a clipboard because the distraction's going to be crazy. I'm going to say fact. I just fact.
I'm going to say fact, but it's funny.
Tepid. It's tepid at best.
Yeah, it's funny that a lot of the veterans already love him because of his swag and what he brings. But when you're trying to win and they'll look at him on the field in practice, they'll realize, oh, okay, you know what? Never mind.
I wonder if the veterans love him, David, because they're a little stargazing at his father.
They are.
Yeah, the problem, he ran a simplistic offense at Colorado. He's got an extremely long throwing motion. He takes way too long to process. These are things that can be fixed, but they take a hell of a lot of time. Gabagool.
Fact or fiction, Sam Darnold in Seattle will have a better season than J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, no. I'm going to go fiction. I just think Minnesota's roster is so good, and Seattle's done everything to just wreck themselves. I think from roster alone, if JJ can play at all, they can win 10 games. I'm going to go Minnesota. Or fact, or fiction. Fiction, sorry. Gabagool.
I'm going to go fact. I think he just goes out there and just throws the ball down the field. I don't know who he's throwing it to.
Who,
I don't know who he's throwing it to, but he's going to try to throw that ball down that field.
You
prove
cannot
everyone wrong.
Win with a ginger idiot quarterback. Gabagool.
Fact or fiction, Cam Ward will lead the Tennessee Titans to at least 7 or more victories this year.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a fiction for me. I can't get there in year one. Not with that roster, not with the turnover. I'll say fiction. Yeah, plus, he plays really loose. That's going to need some tightening up. I mean, you know, Rico, how many times you've seen him run around and cut one loose across the field late. You ain't doing that at the pro level.
No, everybody's running 4.40s.
Gabagool.
Well, when you have 4 games already slated against the Colts and the Jags.
What do you think? They're sweeping those?
I'm going not, maybe not, but you could
7 or more.
Yeah. I'm going to say fact. Yes.
Fact or fiction, the Lions will not win their division.
Fact.
Wow. Think about that one.
They went 6-0 in the division, which means they go at least 4-2, 3-3. That takes their record down. Winning 10 games may not win you the division.
I still got to go fiction until they're unseated.
Understood.
They have a great roster. The coordinator stuff scares me. I think the division being this difficult, the win total comes down for everybody.
Yes.
I'm still going to respect them enough to say they'll win it, but that's as tepid as it gets for me.
Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL. Fact or fiction?
Mahomes still plays, right?
Yeah, but what's he doing? Check down Charlie and hands the ball off. No. Overall, it's still probably Josh Allen. Overall, if he's going to play the way he played last year. I'm just hoping Burrow hates Cincinnati enough to demand out and he comes to the Giants. Gabagool.
Sticking with quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, fact or fiction, will sit out the 2025 season.
I leave this to him because he's got the only team interested.
Yeah, fiction. He's going to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers next year. Alan Lazard will
Does he know this?
Yeah, Alan Lazard will also be traded to the Steelers in June.
Okay. I can just see week 1. They're looking at is he coming out the tunnel? He's not in the city.
Nope, it's Bruce Gronkowski. He's back.
Oh, my gosh.
Shout out Toledo.
Finally, last one, fact or fiction. Rams are holding a June mini camp in Maui. Fact or fiction, teams will start holding mini camps in other cities to attract more fans.
Fiction. That just sounds insane.
Fact. There'll be some stuff in Europe. There'll be some stuff in Australia.
What?
There'll be some camp stuff there. Yes, it will be real soon.
Kenny.
I believe that.
Kenny. Gabagoo. Thanks, Jameis. How is this my football life?
That is your NFL fact or fiction blitz 97.1.